Hey there, awesome folks. I understand that as a ex-trad wife, the fear of re-entering the workplace after being gone for more than 5, 10 years can be absolutely positively gut-wrenching, overwhelming, and it gives you the heebie-jeebies, so to speak. I want you to understand, um, you may be wondering things like, do your skills, are they really relevant in today's market? Guys, I want to make sure that you have what you need, but I also want to reassure you mentally, emotionally, and also assuredly that you have what you need. You might be very surprised, but we're going to go through all of that. Folks, this is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Before I even dive into the two ways, I want you to know it's okay to be fearful. It's okay to feel the fear, but it's what you do with it. Some people, it's not because courageous people are not courageous because they're not fearful. They're courageous because they feel the fear and they do it anyway. Remember, it's what you do with fear. It's not that, nobody operates in a vacuum. We're all human and we operate from a place of fear sometimes. But it's what you do with that fear that makes all the difference in the world. So, guess what? You make the choice to overcome. You make the choice to take action regardless of your fear. So I want you to remember that. The first thing I want you to do is shift your mindset and recognize your worth. Your worth in the marketplace, your worth as a person. You're more than what the naysayers or people that have fought tooth and nail to try and break your mindset. Don't believe them. Don't buy into the hype. The only person that can control how you feel about yourself and what it is that you have to offer and what your worth is you. Remember that. Okay? The only person that can speak to your worth, whether it's in a marketplace or just as an individual, is you. So remember that. Remember, in order for you to run a household like you've been doing all these years, it requires a level of organization and skill. Okay? Organization is not something that comes naturally for everybody, but if you've been a homemaker or you've been a traditional wife for a number of years, it requires a level of organization in order for you to be efficient. So, organizational skills is something you can definitely use in the job market and in the labor market. That is something that's used in project management, that's something that's used in leadership, that's something that's used in administration. So, don't forget that. Shift your mindset. Another skill that you can be using, leadership and conflict resolution. Now, if you've been a homemaker for a while, or you've been a housewife for a while, and you have these little people that grew up into big people, children, or you've been married, you were married for a number of years, you have acquired to some degree some level of conflict resolution. No matter how small you may think it is significant. And in order for you to involve or you're able to resolve some form of conflict, that is also part of having leadership skills. So don't think for 1 second that you don't have what it takes. Third, another skill I want to make sure that I mention. Um, as far as the mindset is concerned, you think you don't have the skills, but you really do. Budgeting and financial planning. Who knows when, what bill is due, on what date, and how much, and the monetary funds that are available to take care of those responsibilities. You, the homemaker, because you're managing the home, and that's part of it. The financial piece is a big part of that. And as a homemaker or as a trad wife or whatever coin term that you identify with, so to speak, you were in that home and you were making sure the lights were paid, the the internet bill was paid, all of these things were paid, the mortgage is paid, whether your spouse was the one working and providing the monetary funds to do so. You were the one managing some of those things. If your spouse was doing all of that, then that's a little different. You can definitely learn how to do that. But there's a lot of you that are that were trad wives, that are ex-trad wives, that was managing the household finances. So don't think for 1 second. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't think I don't have professional skills. What you're going to have to look at it mindset wise is, what are the skills that I acquired while I was a homemaker that can be used in business? And I also have a resource to help you figure that out as well. You go to thementorshelley.com/ETW. That link is also in the description of this video. Number 2, of course, changing your mindset is number 1, and understanding that you really do have the skills. It's all in the mindset you have with the skills you think you don't have, but you do. Number 2, what I want you to do, overcoming the fear, get the support and build your confidence in small steps. What you may want to do is look into a couple of options. You may not necessarily go directly back to work in a full-time job. You may end up working a part-time job to get started, to get your feet wet back into the labor market, or offer freelance services. That's also something we're going to go through in the next coming weeks as far as how you branch off with the skills you have. Do you want to use those skills to put them on a resume, or do you want to use those skills to put them together as an offering, as part of a business? How you want to use those skills, we're definitely going to go through some of those options. And of course, these are things that I can definitely work with you one-on-one if you want to go a little bit deeper with cultivating your professional life now that you're transitioning into this new phase as an ex-trad wife. Of course, you can work freelance, offer your services freelance, but we have to figure out what those services are, because you have a lot of skills that you don't even realize. And if you want to acquire some more skills, the world is your oyster. They call it YouTube University for a reason. YouTube University, you can learn skills on YouTube. You can learn skills through online courses and obtain certifications, no matter what industry you're in. You can pick up certifications on how to perform bookkeeping, bookkeeping services. You can take courses and learn how to build software. There's a plethora of IT certifications. There's a plethora of certifications for just about anything that you want to do, whether it be you want to learn a new software, or you want to learn how to build a cabinet. They have classes on how to build things. They have classes online and offline on how to put a set together for videos or for people that are in content creation. The sky is the limit, folks. So please do not, under any circumstances, think that, oh, I'm just coming out of... No. We're not going to accept limiting beliefs. What we're going to do is use what we have. That's a line from from a popular cult classic back in the late 90s. You got to use what you have to get what you want, but in a fiscally responsible and an integral way, of course. Let's be clear. However, building your confidence doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can take your time and say, well, I know I can do this. A lot of the skills that homemakers and ex-trad wives have is the fact that you can manage a project. Come on, let's say you have renovations going on in your home while you were still partnered with your spouse, and you're the one managing. Okay, well, the workers are doing this. How far along are they? Who's doing what? Mentally, you have it up here, but in project management, you actually document that and who is housing different parts of the renovation. Keep in mind, ladies, you think you don't have the skills, but you really do. And I want you to take inventory of what it is you actually have. So go ahead. I want you to go down to the bottom, go down to the bottom of this video and go and download the guide. It will definitely help you to narrow down the type of skills you already have and how you can use them in a resume. If you want to definitely go out there and hit the ground running as far as finding a formidable job, I definitely encourage you to download that resource. I also want to make sure that if you want to, of course, get some type of, if you haven't had a resume in 5, 10, 15 years, you need one, or you need to dust off the dirt off the one you got. And you need my direct help with that. If you want me to help you with that, you can go to mentorshelley.com/resumes. I can help you with that if you book a resume consultation. But there's also a button on that page where you can also download my resume template guide. Listen, I want to make sure you get the assistance you need. So if you are strapped for cash, let's be clear, and you need that right now assistance, that guide is there for you as well. At the end of the day, ladies, I'm here to make sure you as ex-trad wives, ex-homemakers, ex-housewives are not left out there stranded. I want you to have the resources necessary to go ahead and rebuild your career, rebuild your economic life step by step, whether it be working freelance, whether it be offering services, or working part-time in an office. This would also be a time to garner additional support and link up with your personal and professional networks. Okay, if you are looking to put your resume together, you can go to mentorshelley.com/resumes. I can help you with that directly, one-on-one services. Those are not free services, though. Those are services that because we're going to be spending some time together to put your resume, which is your number one marketing tool when you're coming back into the job market. If it's done right, it can garner some interviews for you. All right, guys, of course, I didn't want to go this long, but I want to make sure you have what you need. And of course, if you like the information that I'm providing here, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this with other ex-trad wives that are looking for ways to formulate what they already have, what they already know, and if they're looking to jump back into the job market but may need additional guidance, definitely send them this video and also check out the resources below. Of course, this has been Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally as you walk this new path of building your own personal economy. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one.